It was the worst trip ever. After when college exams were finally over, I had a great idea to surprise my girlfriend to spend our weekend uh, in Las Vegas. She was really excited, and we decided to drive by car because it was just 5 hours from LA to Las Vegas. Uh, so, what could possibly go wrong? It was the first time ever when we traveled together. So, I took her at the door, and one. Uh, I was the one driving, and Kathy was on the passenger seat with my navigator. She planned our road in advance, so she wasn't telling me go straight or turn left and turn right. Um, so there were a few places to check out on the way to Las Vegas. So we decided to include it. We was planning to include it to our trip. So uh, then we got a flat tire, an hour and a half, and it was all fixed, and we set off again. It was a little accident that will not spoil our mood. Oh man, I've never been go wrong in my life. At that point, we were a little bit hungry, so we stopped at the nearest cafe for lunch. It looks good, so we walk in, ordered some food, and the food. The food taste was good, and at least it was hot and fresh. Then we paid the bill and left it tips for the waitress, and walk out. As we were heading back to our car, I realized that the door wasn't quite shut, and so it was. Someone broke into my car. My car was broken into. The thief stole my iPad, Casey's wallet, and my favorite sneakers. And the parking was empty, so um, we uh, went. We went on our trip through. Uh, we sat back into the car and drove off. And we were silent. After some 50 miles later, I started to feel pain in my stomach. And it wasn't just me. Kathy asked me to stop the car before she felt nauseous, and that was about to throw up. Her face was pale, and all the symptoms suggested on food poisoning. This dumb food wasn't so fresh after all. We took pills that was in my car, and uh, hoping they would help. Kathy said that don't she didn't want to go to Las Vegas anymore. To be honest, me neither. Uh, after this, everything after everything that happened, we didn't notice the car was running out the gas, and GPS didn't show any gas station around, so there was no way to fill up the tank. So we put over the side of the road. We were in the middle of the desert and no one around. We sat there on the roadside around half an hour or so. Then when the huge truck stopped by, Katie was waved like crazy. The driver got down and asked what happened. he turned out to be very hopeful, and he was very hopeful and lent us some gas to so we could head to the nearest gas station. At least we found it and refilled our our tank and resumed our nightmare of a journey. Casey lost her patience and started yelling at me for ruining her weekend. She said it was all my fault and she should go to the friend party instead. We got into a fight, blaming each other. In the end, she turned out to the from me. She turned away from me and stared at the window. Perfect. My girl is mad at me. So we agreed to stop at the to stop for the night at the hotel. The first one was fully booked, and we were pulling off the next hotel. When we were pulling to the next hotel, I bumped into someone's car on the parking lot. Getting an accident, that was too much for one day. As an honest man, I left $50 bill for damage, to pay for damage. And we went to the reception. On the reception they said that one double room available and breakfast included. We filled the reservation forms and check in. The room was cold and full of cigarette smoke, but there was something with heating, but I didn't care about it. I took extra blanket and fell asleep. In the morning, we checked out and got back home.